She doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan. She doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan. She doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan.
All right.
Yeah, hey.
We are back. Again. However, this presidential debate came out and we are not in our studio where we usually are in Sweden, in Västerås. We are somewhere else in the world, but there. But we do have multiple cameras. We have a cameraman who's sitting just there. His name is Emil. And we've got a beautiful setting and we've got the video, which I guess is all we need, and the knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
So what are we going to do?
Oh, we're going to watch this.
We're going to watch what?
We're going to watch the debate. The one, maybe the only one for this election.
No.
Yeah, but
There's the first one.
this is the first one.
Yeah, first one.
First
not the only one, I think.
Yeah, we'll see. First debate, Donald Trump. On the other corner, we got...
Ah. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I knew what you were going to do. And I did it
How
to
do you pronounce it that? You go Kamala.
Kamala?
Is it Kamala?
Kamala.
I think so.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
All right, let's do. So I will do the honors today.
Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run.
By the way, we will be analyzing this from the perspective of 110 steps of skills and 136 different kind of possible spices.
What is a spice?
Spice is a variation that you use to keep attention high and create lasting memories.
Yes.
It could be things like stories, metaphors, props, so on. I want to just react on that she has a very interesting use of 61. Skill 61 is empowering head angle.
Yeah.
Now that one is usually used like this. You empower whatever you're saying by tilting your head to the left or the right to show empathy of what's being said. And she does that. She shows a little bit like, okay, I'm listening, I hear you, I care. But she's truly tilting it also forward. Like this angle, when you go into that angle with your head, it's like, I mean business.
Yeah.
All right? Okay, whatever you're saying, I don't really trust it. I'm going for you.
I also have to state here, you gotta watch her matching facial expression, the 77, the skill, like to match the emotions that she's feeling right now. You can see that, okay, what is he gonna say?
Yeah.
At the same time, Donald Trump is also using the matching facial expression. He's really serious about what he's gonna say right now. I guess there's an accusation.
No question about it. Shall we go like 10 seconds so we can see some material?
Let's see where this is going, all right?
Yeah.
4 sentences that are just, oh, we'll try and lower taxes. She doesn't have a plan. Take a look at her plan. She doesn't have a plan.
I believe...
Take a look at her plan. She doesn't have a plan. That's a nice one. I like that. We got skill number 96 there, so repealing himself.
She and plan.
Yeah, plan, she, plan. That's a good one.
Okay, so that creates a good flow of language, or it improves the flow of language.
Yep. All right.
in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of...
She is using phenomenal amounts of amplifying head movements, which was that 61. Yep. She had this one. And then she has she's shaking her head, she's nodding her head, an intense amount.
Looking at the head.
I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American
like
people.
and then nodding.
And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity.
And then shake.
Yep.
And nod.
Because here's the thing.
And shake.
We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing.
Shake. Yeah.
And the cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people.
So and when she talks about that the housing is too expensive, she tilts her head slightly to the left, again showing empathy. Yep. We're bouncing between amplifying head movement, which is skill 64, and empowering head angle, which is just a tilt.
Yep.
So maybe a bit much.
Just a tad.
Yeah.
My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires.
I would say we would have to go in here and look into the spice rack of this. What is she doing right now? She's using the skill of criticism. Because you're like, my opponent, on the other hand.
Yeah.
And so that would then be...
Spice number 13.
13, criticism. So using criticism. Yep. Shifting.
Yeah. Okay. She also she's got a very caring tonality in her voice. Yep. It's matching very nicely with a facial expression. There's a skill out of the 110 which is incredibly important, which is synchronicity.
Yep.
And we've spoken about that one before. It means that your facial expression says the same thing as your words, as the same thing as your voice, as the same thing as your body language, as the same thing as your gestures.
Yep.
Now looking at Kamala, she uses at least 4 out of those 5. The only one that isn't fully synchronized is the hand movements.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to point that out. The gesturing they're non-functional. A lot of
yeah,
and also good emphasis on the right words and the right points.
It's a lot though, because 4 out of 5 in synchronicity it's quite rare.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we'll see how many Trump uses when we jump into him.
We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all that we've done for the world. Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation which is really known as a country buster. It breaks up countries.
Just relating to synchronicity, it's what, 1 out of 5 maybe?
Yeah.
It's word. The word matches the voice to some extent.
Yeah. Also implementing in the language category negations, using terrible, down rhetorical words, referring to this. I guess they're both using that.
Probably,
yeah. Accuse each other.
Part of the
of course
situation.
Yeah, the lingo. Yeah. All right.
But just low synchronicity. And the thing with synchronicity, it's quite important. You should learn this, and that is that if you walk into a room and you know the feeling when you meet somebody and you just kind of not love them, but you appreciate them, you accept them very quickly. It's usually because they have high synchronicity. So people with all 5 levels of synchronicity feels like they're not hiding anything. They're just transparent in their communication. Whilst you meet a person with 1, and then you question, why aren't they synchronized? Are they hiding something? So yeah, it's an important one to learn, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's kick it.
We were at 21%, but that's being generous because many things are 50, 60, 70, and 80% higher.
Got to give it to him. Using it beautiful, with a little bit of a climax there. An increase. You have the
tricolon.
Yeah, the tricolon as well, using the power of 3 and empowering the values here. So
and tilting his head as well, showing that he's human.
Yep.
Instead of just staring into the camera, but if you tilt your head, you add a human side to it.
Yeah. Would it be anything that you if we would say, Mr. President, how would you improve anything right there? Would be to add more gesturing. A little more functionality.
A bit more facial expression.
Yes.
A bit more body language.
Yep. More body language, more facial expression. That would be.
Kamala's communicating silently with a slight head tilt backwards and that smile on her face.
Yes. Yes, she is.
Of disbelief.
Yeah.
They have, and she has, destroyed our country with policy that.
They have, and she has.
Yep. I know where you're going.
Where are you going?
You're going over there.
Anaphora.
Starting.
Yeah.
With?
No, not an anaphora, an epiphora.
There we go. Yeah. Ending with the same words.
They have, she has.
Yep.
Yeah. So when you end 2 or 3 more sentences with the same word, you are working with a rhetorical device called Anaphora. And it just makes whatever you're saying, again, more flowing. And it's easy to listen to. It's almost like music. We get dragged into it when people use rhetorical devices.
Yeah.
So
then you had the Anaphora, Epiphora, and then you have the weird cousin of the Anadiplosis. Hopefully, maybe somebody can use that.
They have, and she has, destroyed our country with policy that's insane.
Volume increase.
Yeah, and climax increase in voice. Pace and volume is going up. Boom, 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 to make his point. What that does, it can increase dopamine levels in the people listening, because you're like, all right, what's coming next? What's coming next? He's going to approach something very important. What could it be? It's coming. It's happening. It's happening. Oh, it's coming. Oh, there he goes. And so that's one of the effects of climax. You build a certain sense of dopamine and desire to hear, where is this going to end?
First of all, they bought their chips from Taiwan. We hardly make chips anymore because of philosophies like they have and policies like They have, I don't say her because she has no power.
Well, they have Epiphora again.
You're going to give Mr. Trump here a playful emphasis as well. So he's playing on the emphasis, so dragging it out and playing with the dynamics of it.
Yeah.
Policy. Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. She's gone to my philosophy. But if she ever got elected, she'd change it. And it will be the end of our country. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics.
Okay, well, he's doing something super dangerous, and that is that he's using skill 87, which is strong rhetorics.
Yeah.
No, 91, sorry. 91 is absolute rhetorics, absolute words. He says things like everyone, everywhere, 100%, always. Yeah. And that's very, very rarely true. It's more commonly 99% or 95% or 90%.
Majority, minority, using other words instead.
Yeah, but as soon as you say an absolute like that, you literally paint yourself into the corner because there's no variables to it. And this causes more arguments in relationships around the world than anything else. Because hearing you never take out the garbage is horrid, because never means 100% ever. No. And that's not true, because I took out the garbage 2 weeks ago. Exactly. I didn't, but in this example it is.
Oh, you didn't take it out?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
And then that can be agitating. So just watch out for what he's doing now. It's very dangerous with absolute words in all contexts.
How would you describe, in the sense of these two, I mean, they have two totally ways of presenting themselves right now, because we have Kamala on one side, we have Donald Trump on the other one.
Yeah.
She is laughing. She's still using a lot of gesturing, and he is not. What would you?
Not very much, is it? It's they're truly on opposite sides. Still, it seems like Kamala is shining, laughing, smiling a lot, and he is aggressive in this, at least in what we've seen now.
Yeah, exactly.
And he taught her well. But when you look at what she's done to our country, and when you look at these millions
There's
and millions...
so much silent communication coming out of her. It's like, truly, I'm hearing this, I'm listening, but I'm very skeptical. She's laughing, she's disowning what he's saying in just his silent, in the silent communication. Looking at the 110 skills, from skill 33 to skill 84, she's using them all, which is body language and facial expressions, to express communication without saying things.
Where it's, I believe, 21 million people, not the 15 that people say, and I think it's a lot higher than the 21. That's bigger than New York.
Again, there we go. In the spice rack, he's using statistics.
Yeah, but he also says, I believe.
Yeah, that's true. I
believe it's not 15, it's 20.
We got to give. It's a spice. He's using statistics.
If you wanted to be credible, please refer to wherever you got that from. Where are these numbers? Where do they come from? And obviously, the higher rank of source, the better. But just saying, I believe, is probably one of the more vague ones.
They're criminals. Many of these people coming in are criminals. And that's bad for our economy, too. You know, you mentioned before, we'll talk about immigration later. Well, bad immigration is the worst thing that can happen to our economy. It
doesn't understand about how he's gotten as far as he has. You know, if you score the use of voice, it's really good. Voice skills are very, very good. And he simplifies everything. He uses a lot of repetition. Just makes it so easy to listen to, almost like druggingly easy.
Agreed.
Well, as I said, you're going to hear a bunch of lies, and that's not actually a surprising fact. Let's understand how we got here. Donald Trump.
Again, not using nonverbal cues very well there. Same gesture I'm doing right now, talking about different things, but it's still addressing another individual. She could have easily just used the simple way of just using pointing instead when referring to him. So whenever you are in a situation when you're talking about yourself or somebody else, I would highly suggest you start pointing, but maybe not do the one barrel, the double barrel. or it's just an open palm is a really good one to say, hey, I enjoy what you're wearing right now as much as I'm enjoying what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
Just that simple thing. Good tip from
Okay, so we should use to set the scene as well, because what you can be expecting is lies. So yeah, setting the scene in anything that you do. When you do a presentation, you can say what you can expect to see is the following. But you can also take this longer by saying, I want you to imagine that this entire presentation takes place in a hotel lobby. So you can set the scene for what people should be expecting. It's a strong, powerful way.
Hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court.
All right, let's see that again.
Donald Trump, hand-selected 3 members.
Okay. She's getting. It is a sign.
Yeah.
She's using the sign. So that would be skill 55. She's implementing.
Skill
showing.
55.
Yeah, that's like three. It is weak though. It is. She could have been more distinct.
Yeah.
They're like 3 and address 1, 2, 3. So a sign is when you're just showing 3. Thumbs up. Is this okay? Fine.
Shall we just conclude? And what would the recommendations from us be to them? What could they improve? And if you want to give it a shot, like what would their skills be? Kind of. Okay. Point score.
All right.
Okay. Quick conclusion from you. Like what could they both improve? 15 seconds.
All right. I would say, Mr. President, I would increase your functionality in your gestures, and I would increase your matching facial expression. So again, using a little bit, because the language is there, the voice is there. It's just the other 2 parts that I would want to
Great.
bump up.
And Kamala?
Kamala, what you need is just more gestures that are functional, on point. Describe them more. Facial expression is on point. Your words is on point. Your energy is on point. All of those things are on point. But yeah, gestures.
Yeah.
More.
I'd say Kamala, gestures, functional, more distinct. Say 3 instead of 3. And then less head movements. Just pinpoint those 2. That would be enough to make a big difference. Trump. Well, more synchronicity, more transparency, which would then help with facial expressions, gestures, body language. That would also make a difference.
Good. All right. So, ballpark.
Yep.
Where are they ending up?
It's so difficult. So out of the 110 steps, you can get 110 points, but each skill is weighed differently. So some skills are weighed really heavily, like pauses, for instance, because pauses are very important. So you get more points for that than, for instance, using a sign, 3. Yeah. Based on that, what we usually do is we sit down and we score each and every single skill that they use. We haven't done that here because all of this happened a bit too fast. It's also important to note that I think the biggest score anyone has ever had is like 104 points, and that was a stand-up comedian. Yes. So it's about context as well. They can't get over 100 points. They cannot get over 90 points. Even like 80 points could be max. I think Obama had 87 points. So yeah, you could land around there based on what I've seen. But then, it's not the same context.
No.
I'd give Kamala 70.
Yep.
And I'd give Trump 55. He wins so many points on voice.
Yep. I will go a little bit less. I will give Kamala around the 67 area. And I will give Trump, due to what I see, what I've heard, around the 55.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I would end up.
All right. That was interesting.
It was.
Okay, I'm looking forward to the future debates, because this will not be the last one.
No, let's hope for more. Let's hope for more.
Yeah, and that they watched our video, so the next time we see it, the head is just in line, and she's using gestures like, what would you say if that happened?
That would be amazing.
If
you know anyone who knows anyone, I've heard somewhere there's only 6 people to the one that you want to talk to.
Yeah.
So maybe if somebody knows one out there, just show them this reaction video.
Yeah. The next time we watch it, imagine if they did those things.
That would be amazing. What's going down?
All right, we'll see what we do next. I don't know who. It's Emil and Lucas who picks the videos for us.
Yep.
So we'll see you in that video. I hope you appreciate this. Hit us up in the comments if you want us to react to anything particular, and we'll use that as an inspiration. And thanks for watching the last one and this one.
Yeah, this is nice.
All right, let's
We're going in this direction.
let's go to that Viking place.
Yes.